Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a big Impy Stout, a desserty one, if you may. It is 14%, and it's called Big Chew, and it's by Future Brewing out of St. Peter's in Sydney, Australia. Now, this one it is conditioned on, it says, heaps of coconut, cacao nibs, and vanilla. And my hashtag proper glassware was kindly gifted by the brewery. I actually asked them about it and they put it in with my beers, which was pretty cool. It's a little dark arts glass. That's the name of their recent festival they had at the brewery. So I think it was just a 1 day event where it was like ticketed and you turned up and they had different stouts or dark beers from a heap of different of their mates, like other brewers around Australia. There might have even been a few international ones there. Yeah, I just thought that was really cool. Cheers, Thomas. Cheers, Craig. Craig's actually was at the brewery today. So how'd you go there, brother? Would have been good. So yeah, it's a cool little glass. I really would have wanted to have been there, but obviously Sydney is a long way from where I am. So yeah, I've been to the brewery once and absolutely loved it. It's one of those places every time I go to Sydney, I'll go back there. So yeah, this beer I actually had on tap when I was there. But yeah, I thought I'll try a can of it. I've had most of their beers in the last few months, all their limited. So yeah, they're definitely one of my favourites at the moment. So let's get stuck in. And yeah, a bit of a spontaneous review, this one. I might do one more perhaps tonight, but yeah, if anything, it'll be earlier just because yeah, I have to get up at 3 a.m. for work tomorrow. So I've had a few beers earlier in the day, but yeah, taking it pretty easy to be honest. So yeah, it looks cool in the glass. So yeah, jet black in colour. It's like a beige head, about 1 to 2 finger. Um, medium body, light carbonation. It's got that sort of slight oily appearance to it. Let's go a whiff. Oh, cool, dude. Nah, glad it worked out for you. That's unreal. Yeah, that edgy beer is awesome. What was it again? Maple syrup and coffee, wasn't it? Like a breakfast stout. Hmm. Yeah, good to hear the tacos were good too. Unfortunately, when I was there, they didn't have them on. Cheers, Shane. Good to see you, brother. Hopefully, work's not too painful for you. Yep. No, that's good. Yeah, he was a good fella, Brady. I remember talking music with him because I was going to the Parkway Drive gig at the Opera House, and he was like, "Wow, that'll be sick as." And he was playing like, yeah, music like Skeggs and the Chats and all that sort of stuff when I was there. Yeah, to be honest, dude, I haven't had too many of them lately, but I'm sort of the same. I've had quite a few barrel aged stouts lately. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely the same. I prefer just a like a Russian Imperial or a barrel age without adjuncts these days. When I first got into craft, I used to absolutely seek out all the pastry stouts, and yeah, most of them are too sweet for me now. But I have had a few on the channel recently, but yeah, none of them have been, or maybe a couple have, but these type of ones, they're not too bad. They because they've still got that strong roasty base. Cheers, Phil. Yeah, a lot of my mates have been going to the Melbourne ones. It's pretty much just common people just sick of where the government's taken their country. You do get some other people interfering, and the media is sort of portraying it as everyone there's dodgy, but it's not the case at all. Yeah, when you can just get a straight up rich roasty stout, bro, it's so good. Like no help from anything but just the malt, the hops, and the yeast. I'm the same. Good thing about this glass, like I know it's small and it's like quite full, but you get because of the shape of it, it helps with the aroma. It's pretty cool. Yeah, cool, dude. So, what did you say when you're in the brewery, Craig? What did you say to him? Anyway, let's have a little. Oh, I'll tell you what I get on the aroma. It's like dark chocolate. You get that sweetness. It's hard to sort of cipher out whether it's like vanilla or coconut. But yeah, it's biscuity. Not so much sort of coffee or caramel on the nose. It's mainly, yeah, like chocolate, like a biscuity thing. Cheers, Stealth. Yeah, I seen you on Craig's earlier. You must be pretty deep into the beers. A red wine and a singer. Good old Thai beer. Were you at a restaurant or something? It sounds like one of my random nights when I've been to Aldi and I just want to drink and don't care about what I'm drinking. It's like, oh, I'll just have a shitty bottle of red and some singers. Okay, I'm going for a drink, boys. Cheers. Ooh, it's got a big, rich, roasty base. There's definitely some coffee there. Huge dark chocolate. It's like a charry edge to it. More like a yeah, like a really deep sort of burnt caramel. Yeah, there's definitely no sign of sweetness from the malt. It's very roasty, which is good. The sweetness is there from those other two adjuncts, but yeah, it's hard to sort of pinpoint. You wouldn't if you were drinking this. Maybe it needs to warm a little, but I wouldn't be able to just go straight away. Yep, that's got vanilla and coconut in it. Yeah, you can just tell he's a brewer. Like he's just got that way about him, like he's real passionate, but he doesn't know how to sort of describe his passion. There's a lot of brewers that are like that. Um, but yeah, because he's the owner of the company, he sort of is. He has to be the face of the company as well. I feel like if he didn't own the company, he was just the brewer, you'd hardly hear a word from him. But yeah, like I was talking to him about heaps of shit like music and footy. It was pretty cool because he's based in Sydney, but he's more of an AFL fan than an NRL fan, and I just found that sort of weird. But I think he said he'd like lived in Perth for a while, and yeah, he's lived over in America. He's worked for I think he said he worked for Alvarado Street, which is a pretty good brewery in California. It's got such good contacts though. It's pretty epic. Yeah. Hopefully I haven't missed any comment. Yeah, it's actually not too bad of an afternoon here. Like I don't know if it sort of seems a bit brighter here, but there's sun like shining in my bedroom window. I think the dog's been like trying to get some sun, like because he's like one of the dogs was sitting in the bedroom before. It's almost like he was trying to get sun on him inside. He's like he's opening up the curtain. The weekend has gone so fucking quick, so annoying. Because I didn't get home till like near. It was like 11 o'clock p.m. Friday night, and then I'm back. I got to get up tomorrow at 3 a.m. Yeah, hopefully the times are changing for us because yeah, we've had shit weather for a while now. But yeah, it is springtime. The worst thing about this time of the year, like I've got a huge backyard, and it means yeah, that has to be mowed so often because you get rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. It's like oh. Yeah, this is what it's all about, boys. Getting to know each other. I love that sort of stuff. The community is strong. Plenty of good people here. Yeah, check out Thomas's channel, everyone. He's been a friend of mine now for quite a few years. I think probably met him through probably Craig and Harry. I was always just in the chat when they do panels and stuff, and then finally got my ass in gear and got a setup so I could do shit. But yeah, he does reviews in both English and his native tongue, which is cool, I reckon. But yeah, every now and then you'll see him pop up on a panel with some UK guys or American guys, and he loves a bit of music as well. He's a front man in a local band, which is pretty cool. Good thing about people's channels too is you can just like it's handy how you can just click on them and go check them out. Cheers, Craig. Yeah, I haven't had a drink since I had the two beers that I reviewed earlier, and then yeah, I sort of haven't done anything since. I was desperate for food, so I went for a walk and went and done some shopping, and then I come back and was watching you for a while and eating lunch, and yeah, then I don't know, just got to a stage where I could sort of tell you were wrapping it up. I think I was just in one of those moods today because I was so tired. I just felt like if I kept drinking sort of solidly, I would have started just falling asleep. So yeah, I thought I'll save myself and have a beer or two a bit later in the day. I was given this glass by the owner of Future. So what happened is they had a festival that was all dark beers, like collaborations with some other awesome breweries. And I bought some beers off him, and I just said, "Oh, look, dude, that festival you had, that would have been so unreal. I was so jealous I couldn't go. You wouldn't happen to have any of the glassware or merch left over from it. I'll buy something off you." And he's like, "Oh no, I'll just chuck it in with your beers, mate. It's all good." So yeah, it's cool little glass. That was the name of the festival, Dark Arts. Have you been going the whole time, Craig? There's nothing wrong with that. This guy's done it a fair bit. I think most people that have been doing reviews for so long have taken breaks. Nah, never heard of it. So yeah, now as it's warming, the sweetness is coming through a bit more. But yeah, I'm glad it's really roasty to support the sweetness. But yeah, it was almost like the first sip or two. If I hadn't had this beer before, I would have just thought, oh, it's extremely roasty, and you're not really getting enough of the adjuncts. I mean, for me, that's a good thing. But if you're promoting a beer as being loaded with coconut and vanilla and that, I think people on first sip would probably be a little disappointed. But yeah, as it warms, it's definitely coming out a lot more now, and yeah, it's quite nice. Sort of reminds me of, it's got that like Milky Way sort of vanilla chocolate caramel sort of thing going on, biscuity. Um, the coconut's there, but it's not sort of. I feel like vanilla's bigger than coconut. You never know. Like once it warms a bit more air to it, it might come across more as like a bounty bar. Also, too, this beer's been out for a while. I got a feeling it's probably 3 months old or so maybe even longer. So yeah, the coconut might have even faded a little. I remember when I had it on tap though, the coconut was pretty strong. Yeah, 14%. Wow. I didn't realise it was so big. There is absolutely no way you would think it's 14%. Geez, after this one, I'll be lights out. So, yeah, the beers I reviewed before were featuring a new hop product called, now I can't remember. Was it Euphoria? Euphoric? Something like that. And yeah, it was a West Coast and a hazy by Cypher out of Canberra. That was pretty cool because they're a brewery I sort of have on my radar now. They're up and coming and got a little bit of hype to them. And I think I've tried about 8 beers from them now, and they've all been pretty decent. So yeah, one to look out for. No, you're all good, Stealth. So what are people drinking right now, if they are? And Craig, did you get it? Craig is in Aussie Craig. Did you get any takeaways from Future? I'm jealous, man. I would have loved to have been there today. I've got a mate that's going to Sydney soon, and he's like, "Oh, what places should I visit?" And I'm like, "Okay, I've got you covered. I'm going to plan your whole day for you." I said to him, he pretty much needs to check out, if he can do at least four, he's got to do bracket, kicks, future, and then yeah, I said, he said how he wants to check out Wildflower, but I just said how the venue can be a bit disappointing at times. But yeah, I reckon he'll end up going there. But I'm a huge Wildflower fan and obviously a huge mountain culture fan. And I tell you what, when I went to that village, I was so disappointed. I just thought it was real. I don't know, just the staff there just didn't seem like beer people. It was closing at a real stupid, like, early time. They had fuck all there on tap, and what they had on tap was like stuff that you can get all the time. It's like you need to have stuff on that excites people, that makes people want to actually come here and have beers. Like mountain culture, there was heaps of stuff, but just the wildflower selection, it was real lackluster. Like all they had was like the gold and amber beer, the two main beers that they sell in bottles all the time. It's like, come on, you can do better than this. I don't know, just yeah, it was the sort of place I just got sort of a bad vibe from it, which was a real shame because it's two of my favourite breweries. Yeah, so have you been drinking the whole time, Craig? If I had known you were still going, I would have done something with you. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Scooby's a good beer. I love the name, love the can artwork, just the whole. Obviously, because I'm a huge dog fan, just anything to do with dogs is awesome. Ah, that's rad that you had a good day out there, brother. It's cool. Got any favourite female brewers? Um, I had one that worked for White Bay, Jess. Jess, I think, worked for. Pretty sure she was at Pirate Life originally. I can't really remember, but there was some sort of relationship there with Pirate Life, so I reckon that's where she was originally. Her and Dennis. Dennis was American. Dennis was good friends with DJ from Mountain Culture. Dennis worked for White Bay and Jess worked for White Bay, and they were a couple. And when they worked there as the brewers, I think they were like head brewer and second in charge sort of thing. White Bay went from like here to here. Like their lagers just fucking started smashing it. And yeah, that's when I really got hooked on White Bay. I was like, they're one of my favourite breweries. And I'd go to festivals and yeah, Dennis and Jess would remember me just because I liked their beers so much. So like we'd take photos together and I'd get merch off them and yeah, really good people. I think I got a feeling they wanted to backpack. They wanted to travel around the world. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure whether they're like working at breweries in different locations or what they're doing now, but yeah, they were those two were really good together. Um, as far as other breweries go, there are like some good female brewers out there, but I just don't know of like their names, like because a lot of them aren't the head brewer or the main owner. They're sort of like yeah, just like an assistant brewer and stuff. But yeah, that's the one that comes to mind for me anyway. Is Jess that used to work at White Bay. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, because I was considering doing a hangout, but I just thought no one will be around. Because I went and got lunch, I got some cheap beers. I come across some craft that had been like heavily reduced. So I'm like, ooh, I can do a little stream and just drink whatever and not have to care about it. But yeah, it was just like I got home and I was like, no one will be around now. Oh, I thought of another one, Steve. There was a girl that worked. I don't know where she worked in Australia recently, but she went over and worked for De Molen in the Netherlands, where Thomas is from. And yeah, she honed her craft over there for years, and then she's come back to Australia, and I think she started up her own brewery somewhere. So yeah, I've been interested to sort of see how her beers go. I think that I'm pretty sure she's only like relatively new with her own brewery. Another one I could think of too, I'm pretty sure Filter. Pretty sure Filter's owned and main brewer's a female. Yeah, it's surprising. They were always one of the breweries, like whenever we'd have like European tap takeovers, and they were always one of the main breweries that had some really nice beers. And because they had an Aussie working for them, like we'd have pretty good access to them. Yeah, and good mixture of styles as well. I keep hearing cars pulling up out the front, like across the road. I'm thinking, what's going on? Why are there so many cars pulling up in our street? Because it's like a relatively quiet area. And then I remembered the block across the road where the old dude died that I found that passed away. They knocked his house down, and the block was just sitting for yonks. Well, anyway, they've just put it up for sale, so everyone will be stopping and looking at it. I guarantee I'm going to put. I would be willing to put $100 on it. It'll be purchased by either a rich Chinese or Indian family. Yeah, I have heard there's a few Aussies and Kiwis that work in like the beer industry in the UK. I know there's been a lot of Aussies that have worked for like Brewdog over the years, like when Brewdog were actually decent brewers. Yeah, I can't believe this beer's 14%. Whew. It must have been expensive to buy a 4 pack of it. See, I got it in amongst like I bought a heap of beers from Sydney. I've found a new craft store in Sydney that I'll probably buy a lot of Sydney stuff from now. So it's pretty cool. It's good to have like particular stores you get a good relationship with, and instead of, because I buy a lot of stuff online because I live in the country, and obviously Australia is such a massive country, it's hard to get beers from other areas. If you can find local stores instead of going direct from the brewery, you can sort of pick and select out a few from each ones and combine it into one order. Works out a lot cheaper that way instead of buying like full 4 packs of beers that you don't know much about. Ooh, I had one of those real big BrewDog beers, dude. It wasn't the real massive ones. You've got like one had Penguin in the name, and then there was a couple of others, but mine was the pretty sure it was in a little green can, and I got a feeling it was like in the mid to high 20s. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Craig would probably know the one I'm talking about, as in UK Craig, or maybe Thomas. I remember I had it. It was in a little can. I wanted to have it at the bar, and they're like, "No, you've got to take it with you." And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to a concert. Like, I can't. I want to drink it before I go to the concert." And they're like, "Oh, well, we can't sort of help you." And anyway, I'm like, "Oh, okay then." Fair. Actually, I don't think it was a can. I think it was a little bottle because I reckon I needed a bottle opener. I reckon it was a little bottle with a green label. And yeah, anyway, it was sort of like those small Red Bull bottles you get from like Thailand and that, like a weird sort of size. And I was going to see the Arctic Monkeys at Rod Laver Arena, which is like about 10 minutes away from this is Brewdog. Remember when Brewdog had all the real big ABV triple distilled icebox sort of things? The one I had it wasn't as big as the top three. It was sort of the next tier down, and it had a green label. It would have been about 20 something percent, I reckon. Yeah, well, anyway, I started walking to Arctic Monkeys from this bar. The bar was right in the heart of the city. And I'm walking along and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with this beer? It's like 20 something percent. I want to drink it before the gig. I've got nothing to open it with. I don't want to leave it in my pocket because, like, I'm going to a concert. Anyway, halfway to the gig, I just started talking to these randoms and I said, "Oh, you don't happen to have a bottle opener, do you?" And he goes, "Yeah." Yeah. He opens up his shoes and he's got like a bottle, like an opener thing on his shoe. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. So yeah, he opens it up and then I just like next this little bottle of Brewdog beer and oh yeah, it was fucking massive. Real big and like just didn't taste like beer at all. Nah, I think that was the bigger one, dude. Yeah. So I don't reckon it was called that. I reckon that was the bigger one that was like in the 30s or something. I need to look them up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the biggest ABV I've had. I've had a heap of beers around the 20% because I've had like tap takeovers of the brewery out of California. I had a whole tap takeover of Black Tuesday, all the variants, and I tried every single one. It was probably the drunkest I've ever been. Yeah, I don't reckon it was that one. I reckon the one I had was lower. Yeah, I reckon they've had about 3 or 4 beers stronger than the one I had. So if you could look up Brewdog by ABV, mine's probably like the fourth or fifth strongest one. If you get what I mean. I just remember it having a green label though, like sort of like this sort of green. So it was in like a little, pretty sure it was in a little brown bottle and it had like a green wrap on it. Uh, Did it have a green label, that one? Maybe it was that. Because I know them and another Scottish brewery were competing for the strongest beer and they kept outdoing each other. Oh, definitely, dude. You don't realise how harsh they are. One sip is enough. Yep. But yeah, like if I would say if I was blind tasting this, I'll have a sip and see what I reckon. I honestly wouldn't think it'd be over like maybe 10.5. So yeah, they've done a really good job there. I mean, it's a danger ale though. Like, there's a lot of people that would just have this one can and they'd be like, yeah, like feeling it pretty badly. So yeah, that's why it would have. It's got such a rich roasty base. It'd be just loaded with so much malt. So yeah, they certainly haven't skimped on ingredients for this beer, and that's why like a beer like this for a craft brewery like Future. In all honesty, even though the beer's expensive, they're probably not making a lot of profit from it. It would be a bit of a showy beer, like something to yeah, like get people sort of drawn in to try other beers from the company, sort of thing. I'll have a look, dude. Nah, it's not that one. Yeah, definitely. I could imagine. They reckon the other Scottish brewery was cheating. They were like adding like actual alcohol. Um, how would I look it up? Wonder, would you be able to look up Brewdog beers on Untapped by ABV, highest to lowest? Or maybe if I on Untapped, I might be able to look up because I'm pretty sure I would have checked that in. I haven't used Untapped recently, but back in the day, I reckon I would have checked that one in. Is there a way you can look up your beers you've had high ABV to low? Apologies too. I'm not the sort of person that normally looks at their phone during a stream. It's something that annoys me, if anything. There's got to be an ABV somewhere. Come on. Yeah, Brewmeister was the one that was competing with them, dude. I've never had anything from them. I found it, except it wasn't as big as I thought it was, so that might be incorrect. It's called Hop Shot, Brewdog Hop Shot, but it's only 20%. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had stronger. Yeah, see, that's it there. That's the photo I took of it. I thought it was stronger than that. So yeah, I dare say the strongest beer I've probably had would be one of the brewery ones, like one of the Black Tuesday variants, I'd say. Yeah, for sure, dude. You learn a fair bit, and that's the thing. You hang out with like-minded people too, and it sort of gets you more passionate about it. Like you'll be like, "Oh, I really want to try that one Sammy had the other night," and yeah, it's cool. Glad you're a part of the community, dude. It's just a good place to sort of hang out and yeah, just talk shit. End of Nation 55. Wow. Yeah, see, I think a lot of the brewery ones I had were, I think they were around the 2021, around that area. I'm pretty sure I've had a beer at a festival, see, I go to Gab's Festival every year. I'm pretty sure I've had beers that have been like in the 20s at that, but I would have just had like a little taster. But yeah, I've been really slack with Untapped the last few years, and the last few years is when my craft journey's like really taken off. So, in all honesty, I've probably had about 13,000 beers, but on Untapped, I've only got about 8 or 9,000 on there. I just got to a stage I just got sick of using it. It's like it's too time consuming, and yeah, I'm that type of person when I go to like a festival or a bar or a restaurant and drinking beers. I just want to keep chatting to people and making it more about the experience and trying not to be on your phone. Yeah. It's handy though for looking up beers you've had in the past and that sort of shit. But yeah, exactly. But half the time, as I've said, I'm like the canary going down the mine. I'm the one that's doing the tasting of new breweries and finding shit myself, and then everyone sort of leeches off me. Sometimes it can get a bit annoying when people are always like wanting the best of everything and won't try stuff for themselves. It's you feel like saying just fucking try shit yourself and like come up with your own shit. Like yeah, because you get a bit sick of being the one that's always out there trying everything and you have to have all the shit to get to the good. And then people just come along and only ever have the good stuff. Cheers, bro. Always good to see you. We'll have to have a beer at some stage. It'll happen. We'll have to do like it'd be unreal to do like a barley wine together or something. Something with a bit of oomph. Or we could even do like a Starwood or something. We'll see. We'll plan something anyway, dude. Cheers for popping in. Craigie boy is still there, is in UK, Craigie boy. I want to know if you're still drinking. So yeah, I was thinking about another beer I was maybe going to do tonight is a oat cream IPA by Blackman's and Goodland. So Blackman's is fairly close to me. They're based in Torquay on the surf coast. And then you've got Goodland are based in Gippsland on the other side of Melbourne. So yeah, Blackman's did a festival lately. I think it was called the Point Break Invitational or something like that, which is pretty cool. And anyway, yeah, they just got a few of their brewers' mates like there and had stalls set up. And I think because of the event, they did a collab with most of the brewers that were there. So yeah, I've seen a lot of um, Blackman's collabs of late. I've seen a lot of Goodland collabs also. I've got a Goodland collab with Hopheads, the bottle shop slash bar, and it's a big stout. It was real expensive. I've got that in the fridge. I need to get into that at some stage. Yeah. That's like music, bro. When you'll tell someone about some music you're a massive fan of, and they sort of dismiss it, and then 2 years later they get into it. They're like, "Oh, have you heard this band?" It's like, "Cunt, I told you about him years ago." See, I've always been that type of person because I'm real passionate about stuff. It means I sort of always research and stuff, and I find shit before other people do normally when it comes to like, I don't know, like beer and music and that. And I'm not afraid to sort of, well, it's not like I'm taking risks, but I'll go out of my way to try new shit all the time. And it does my fucking head in when you hear people going, there's no good new music anymore. It's like, because you don't fucking try to listen to any. You're still listening to fucking Guns N' Roses. It does my head in so much when you hear people say that. Earl Grey. Yeah. That'll get you buzzed. So yeah, feel free to hit the like, guys, if you haven't already. I always say that now in my streams, but I have no idea how many likes I have because on StreamYard it doesn't tell you. So sometimes there might be people that have already done it and I'm there telling them to, and it's like, I probably look like a dickhead. Yeah. So yeah, that's a possibility that I once I finish this big boy up, I might do an IPA. And the reason I want to do that Blackman's one is it's probably out of all the beers in the fridge, it's probably the oldest now, or the oldest sort of hop forward beer anyway. So when it comes to the hoppy beers, you got to try and drink them as fresh as possible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just heard a bit about them, and like I normally do, I just dive in and go, fuck it, I'll give them a crack and see what I think. And I listened to a couple of songs and thought, "Ooh, I think this is something I could get into." And I just kept persisting, and within about probably 2 weeks, I was a huge fan, and I was like, "I fucking love these guys." That's all it takes. But yeah, you just get some people that just dismiss everything new and keep keep doing the same old shit, listening to the same old shit, drinking the same old shit, eating the same old shit. It's like you got to sort of adapt to change. You got to mix it up a bit in life. So that's another thing that frustrates the hell out of me when you go out for tea at a pub and you'll get that group of mates that always order the same fucking thing every time they go to a place. And it's like, can't you try something different? Yeah. Very warming towards the end there. But yeah, that's a really nice stout. I'd probably still prefer the edgy. So I don't know whether you tried Big Chew once you were there, Craig, but I think Edgy's the better one. I hope they bring out some more stouts, to be honest. Last week's 4 pack was really good because it had a huge IPA, a smaller IPA, a hoppy lager, and a big stout. It was just like a good mixture of beers. Yep. Yeah, well, I've saved them on Spotify. One band that come up because quite often when I go to bed, I'll just have some music going in the background. One band that come on during my sleep last night was Imminence. They must be sort of they must be like UK or Scandinavian or something. They have a lot of piano and like strings and that in their music. I reckon I heard one song and I was like, "Fuck, this sounds amazing." So I just took a screenshot of the song because I think I was listening to Sleep Token, and then once the songs are finished of that artist, then it just brings up other stuff that's sort of similar. It sounded really good. So if I do another beer review now, is anyone going to be around? You guys that are still in the chat, are you going to be here for another half hour or so? Is it worth me doing another one? Yeah, cool, Craig. And yeah, if you ever need help with anything, dude, like you say you go to a new city or something and you want to know what's good and what's not, just sing out. That's why I said I need to it'd be good if I had some sort of community like chat group or yeah, I need to get something sorted out. Because that's where it's cool where people can help each other out with like recommendations and yeah. Yeah, that's also the thing. It's like you could always say like, "Oh, I'm going to Brisbane next week. What would you recommend?" Like one time when yeah, I'm doing a stream. Yeah, cool. Is it Eminence? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I quickly seen it when I was half asleep and I screenshot it. All I could hear was like piano and strings and like sort of like metal core style music, and I just thought it sounded really cool. That's probably it. Oh. Yeah, well, I'll set up another one then, boys, and yeah, I'll do this Blackman's Oat Cream IPA. Oh, cool, Brazilian. That's awesome. I'm way off. No, I got no idea. I just yeah, as I said, I just heard it and thought it sounded cool. But yeah, I'll go out and take a quick photo and set up this stream, and yeah, I'll probably start it in say maybe 15 minutes or so. So look out for us there, guys. As far as this beer goes, a score, I'd probably go. What did I give the? I might not have scored it. Can you remember if I gave the edgy a score, Craig? I probably didn't score it because I did them in a four. I did four different beers that day. But yeah, this big chew, I'd probably say like a 4.4 out of 5. It's good. It's big, but it's well balanced for how big it is. Yeah, like good adjunct flavour, awesome like roasted malt. Just worked really well. Wasn't quite as nice as when I had it on tap at the brewery, but that was due to freshness. This can's a couple of months old now, so yeah. Look out for us in about 15, 20 minutes. Cheers, guys.